Hey, it's Pamela. Welcome to my channel. I am finally going to reveal to you guys what that terrifying experience that happened in my old apartment was. For reference, check the link in the description, watch that video first, and I think I'll link this in the description of that video too, so you can just link right over, because I didn't tell you what happened. That was so scary. Also, this is the first in a series of Halloween vlogs that I have promised you guys. I'm sorry it took so long. I got super busy, but I think I have some creepy stories going up here, so I hope you enjoy them. If you do, remember to give me a thumbs up and also subscribe. I really appreciate it. Anyway, on with the video and what it was that was so terrifying. For anyone out there who has experienced sleep paralysis, they will tell you that it's one of the craziest, most terrifying things that you can experience because we don't really know what it is. And I've actually asked people if they believe it's paranormal or if it's not. And most people have said that they do believe there is a paranormal influence. And if I speak to anybody who is religious, they immediately say that it's demonic. My experience, I don't know. I don't understand how this can just be, oh, I can't move, because it wasn't just, oh, I can't move. I'm actually going to read you a status I wrote as soon as I woke up in the morning. It says, last night a nightmare woke me up, and I felt like I was being pushed into my bed or something heavy was on me while I was waking up. I could hear it on my pillowcase also. I had gotten into bed at the end of the dream and realized I was awake, then opened my eyes, but that feeling didn't immediately go away. I also couldn't move for a little while. It took a minute to move my feet and hands, then I was finally able to roll to my side. I'm guessing sleep paralysis? I've been trying to recreate this sensation, but can't explain the heaviness I felt. So, what I had experienced and the dream I was having. I work in the film industry, and you know, when you work a lot, I feel like you start having dreams about it. So in this dream, I was in a studio that I was actually working in at the time. I was alone in the studio, and if anyone has ever been in a film studio, if you're alone in there, they can be a little creepy because I think most of them were actually old warehouses, etc. So I don't know. Could be haunted. Anyway, I think in the dream I was in the holding area where everybody hangs out, and I was gonna go to another room in the studio. And I remember in the dream it was dark and I was walking through one of the many creepy hallways, and I got to a studio area. I looked into that room that was super dark. I had the sensation that something was staring back at me. I have dreams that wake me up, and this was one of them. Anyway, so I'm running away from this thing, and I ran in my dream and got into my own bed. So I was suddenly at home, and then I woke up, and that's when I felt it. And basically what the sensation was, I felt like something was sitting on my back, but I also felt it on my calves. So it was like it was sitting facing the foot of the bed, holding my calves down. But what was weird, and what I mentioned about I could hear it on my pillowcase, fabric rubbing together rhythmically. And the sensation I felt along with that was my shoulders being pushed. And I'm a stomach sleeper, so obviously I mentioned it was on my back, and my arms were underneath me, but I felt like I was being pushed by my shoulders into the bed rhythmically, and I thought I was about to be killed. Like, I thought there was something actually there about to stab me in the back, and I couldn't move, I couldn't talk. I remember struggling, trying to move my hands, trying to shake my feet, trying so hard, and I just couldn't, and I was wide awake. Everyone else I speak to, they say it happens for like a few seconds or whatever. I remember the feeling like a really long time. I just remember struggling to move and not knowing what was happening at the time, and thinking I was about to be murdered and someone was actually in my house, because it actually feels like someone is there sitting on you, holding you down, rhythmically pushing me into the bed. Because every person I've spoken to about their experiences with sleep paralysis, no one has said that they were moving into the bed. They say they see a black figure, and one of my friends actually said he got up and he ran after it. I don't remember anyone experiencing exactly what I had, but I guess with something like sleep paralysis, it's not really predictable, and your experience could be very different from another person's. And when I talk about it, I'm shocked to know how many people have experienced it, and it's only happened once, and it's only happened in that apartment where things started happening. So that leads me to believe that it might have had a bit of a paranormal influence. And do I believe? You know, it's kind of along the lines, like, I believe that it is possible to be completely psychological. I don't know, but I also believe that something else could influence it. I don't know how to explain that properly, but I can see how it is both ways. But I just can't explain. I don't explain, like, what was pushing me into my bed. That's what I'm so confused about. And how come no other accounts that I've read or heard from people I know have said that they felt themselves being like rhythmically pushed into a bed? And if you're out there thinking, oh no, she was asleep, when I could finally move, I actually got right out of bed and was walking around. And the thing is, when it lifted off, I felt the sensation lift off of me, and then I could sort of move. It's so hard to explain. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and let's have a discussion about this. And if you've had an experience with sleep paralysis, please let me know your story. Some people, it happens to them all the time. I don't know if it's a sleep disorder for them or if they're just being haunted. For me, it's only happened once in an apartment where weird things started happening. So I don't know. Anyway, I have more stories to tell you guys, and stuff like this makes me think that this stuff actually is paranormal. It makes me question if I myself am haunted, because I feel stuff like this has happened to me my entire life, and I don't know if I attract it or what is going on. But stay tuned for more stories, and thanks for watching.